Ready to sing? It is the gnocchi dance. Oh, 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 oh. It's the gnocchi dance for you. Gnocchi, gnocchi, gnocchi dance. Gnocchi, gnocchi, gnocchi dance. Ooh, the gnocchi dance. Ooh,
Okay, we're
the
live.
Gnocchi dance. Ooh, the gnocchi dance. Gnocchi, gnocchi dance. It's gnocchi time. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to everyone watching from Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Thank you for coming. Today we have a special guest. Oh yes, I am not cooking today. My hands will be cleaned from now
You're
until
helping.
the end of the video. We have a special guest for the first time ever. We have
No pressure.
the queen of gnocchi coming.
Nonna,
into
is
Vincenzo's
Nonna
place.
coming?
Well, Nonna is Nonna is the queen. Okay, the princess. The princess of gnocchi. It's coming to the video live on Vincenzo's plate for the first time. And this can be the beginning of a new journey for Vincenzo's plate, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to welcome. Come
Oh
over
my
here.
gosh, are we doing like a grand
Help me
entrance?
to welcome with a massive round of applause and a comment if you can. Please help me to welcome Suzanne.
So I feel like I have to do a dance. But the baby can maybe do a dance.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And the baby.
Yes.
Suzanne and the baby.
Thanks. Oops.
Okay.
It's already breaking.
Ah, yeah, you know what? Every time we do the video, we always do this.
Okay.
So, what are we doing today, Suzanne?
So today we're making Nonna's gnocchi. So I'm using Nonna's recipe.
Yes.
And it's very much a Nonna recipe really because it's all got to do with the feeling in your hands. So even though there are quantities that we have on our recipe that
Yes.
you should follow, it is about understanding the textures. So I'm going to try and show you a little bit about how I learnt how to feel the right textures because when Nonna first said it to me, I said, I don't know what you're talking about. And we won't be cooking them today because I want to show you the process from the potato into the dough and
That
rolling
sounds
them
good.
out.
Sounds good.
But I've made too many potatoes.
I'm gonna feel the baby, you feel the gnocchi.
Okay.
So that you know, guys, before we start, the link of the recipe is on your videos, on the description.
Yeah.
So Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Go to your description now. Go to the video description. Click on the link so you can follow us in an easier way, I guess, by reading.
Yeah,
the
well that's
links.
okay.
Yeah.
I can talk you through and then you can follow that later when you'd like to make your own.
Are you ready to start?
I'm ready to
A
start.
round of applause to Suzanne, please. First time ever.
Okay, no pressure.
First time
Also,
ever on
gnocchi-
Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. First time, and it can be the beginning of a new journey for us.
Also,
I'm
for,
gonna be behind the camera.
everyone's reference, gnocchi are not easy to make right every single time. So let's just hope that it works. And if it doesn't, I'll teach you what not to do.
She's very nervous, okay? We need a round of applause. For 2 days, she's been telling me, oh, I don't know. She's
Okay.
good. Come on,
So,
I'm going to record you.
All right. Well, I will show you. So for the recipe that I did today, I used 5 quite small potatoes. The potatoes that I chose were a little bit smaller than what I would normally use. You can start off by using even just 2 potatoes, just so that you get the hang of the texture and understand exactly how much flour to kind of use. The potato that you use is also really important. Try to pick a potato that is nice and creamy. If you use potatoes that are really good for roasting, they're not necessarily as good for making gnocchi. I prefer to use kind of a creamy variety, and I find that it comes a lot better. So what I've done is this morning I boiled 5 potatoes in, obviously I boiled them to hot water. Now, a trick when you're boiling the potatoes is to make sure you literally I use cold water because I find that it cooks the potatoes a little bit slower and it gets them to the consistency that I want. Now, if you overcook the potatoes, the way to tell is, when you boil a potato and it kind of all starts to break up and all of the water becomes very, very white, you've probably gone that step too far. So all you do is just get a fork while you're cooking the potatoes and just press it inside to make sure that it's nice and soft, just like that one is. These are a little bit cold now because I did them earlier. But I boil them until they're just tender and lovely like that. So when you'll see when I break that, it still breaks nicely. It doesn't break into kind of small crumbs.
Yes.
That's the consistency that you want.
Beautiful.
After I boil the potatoes, strain all of the water. And I use this beautiful tool that I have here because it's my Nonna's and I love using it. We call this a pasta patata, but you can use a do we have a
The little one, yes.
Yeah, you know that I'll show you.
No, it's up there.
This one.
Oh, is it there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can use that.
You can use this as well. When you use this, you will find that your potatoes don't necessarily come as kind of small in pieces, but that's okay. You can always use a fork to squash them down as well. Make sure they don't come into big clumps. You kind of still want them to have some sort of resemblance to this. Okay?
Nice. We have Bet on YouTube donated $20 American,
Oh, wow.
20 US dollars.
Oh, Bet.
For you, Suzanne. Thank you. You can also
Thank you,
donate
Bet.
stars on Facebook if you want.
Thanks,
Suzanne is a
Bet.
star. The more stars, the more you appreciate Suzanne. Let's see.
The more Vincenzo will get me in videos and make me very nervous every other morning.
I want to be behind the camera and I want Suzanne and the baby to be in the video. Show us the belly, Suzanne,
Okay. Oh, okay.
before you start.
I'm a little bit
On the
close.
side, on the side, on the side.
Sorry.
Yeah, look at
Can
that.
you see there?
You can see the baby's
Yeah.
kicking.
The baby's been kicking a lot. And the baby loves gnocchi, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
great because gnocchi are my favorite pasta. So when I was learning how to make pasta with Nonna, they were definitely the first one I needed to learn how to master. So when you still have hot potatoes, so I can obviously touch this now, they're not hot anymore. I just wanted to show you the consistency of one as an example. You pop it into the pasta patata here, and I'll just mash that through. I don't know if you maybe can see that come out. Can you see
Let me
that come
see.
out?
Can you see, guys? Can you see it?
I'll put the other one in here.
Oh no. Sorry, what's something happened with Facebook?
See what happens when Vincenzo's in charge. Can I keep going? I can keep going.
Sorry, you can keep going now. Oh no, I did something on Facebook. Sorry.
Did you
We're
fix
back.
it?
We're back. I'll fix that.
Okay. Vincenzo's ruining my moment. There you
I'm
go.
sorry.
Okay,
sorry.
so there we are. Okay. Now, but the potato always gets a little bit stuck underneath. That's okay. Just get a fork or a knife or whatever's easier. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And we just take that all off. Okay. Now, I like to boil the potato, strain it, and straight away I put it through the potato masher or the
Can I ask you,
pasta
sorry, a
patata.
quick question, Suzanne?
Yeah.
Rita asks, important question.
Yeah.
What type of potatoes do you use?
So today I used a potato, and it's an Australian type of potato. It's called it's a potato we grow in here in Australia. I think it's called a Cressler potato. It's the one that's a little bit browny in colour and it's got the little purple spots. A Desiree potato is very good.
I like Desiree.
Yeah, Desiree. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, potatoes that you know that are creamier, that are really good for making like a good potato mash or something that's creamier is key. Potatoes that you use for roasting won't come as soft. And
Right.
there are two different types of potato lovers, you know? There's a potato lover gnocchi lover. There are those that like it a little bit harder and those that like it a little bit softer. I love it soft, so that's how I try it. That's the consistency that I try to get every single time.
Frederick wrote a beautiful comment. This is the first cooking class live with your baby.
That's right, it is. So once you have passed all of your potatoes through and you've got a nice consistency, just put them into kind of a, if you want to focus here, just put them into kind of a nice portion. And then what you want to do is bring it together a little bit on the sides and create a well in the middle. Okay, so just create a hole, create a nice hole. And what I like to do is I create like a little, my well always is like a little fortress kind of thing down there so that hopefully
We don't want the eggs to go out.
the egg doesn't run out. But you do only use one. So I just use one egg. With the egg, I always use my hands to whisk it. So I'm just going to do that now. Give me a second. One sec, because I just got to wash my hands, and then I got to wash my hands again. So there's a bit of hand washing.
Nonna always says.
Nonna
to-
always says that you have to wash your hands after you crack the egg. Quickly throw that out.
As you can see, guys, I want to show you. We also have trays ready here. We have trays with
Yes.
baking paper on top,
Yeah,
and that basically is where we are going to put the gnocchi.
exactly.
Okay, before we freeze
So once they're done-
or,
but I've got-
or cook it fresh.
I've got one over here that I'll use with all of you for all of
Oh,
you
nice shoes.
today. Oh, thanks.
Nice.
I had my slippers on and I thought I bet you Vincenzo will get my feet in. So
For
I,
sure.
So I switched them. So
love
do you
nice
want to
shoes.
focus down here?
Yeah, sorry, yes.
Oh, Vincenzo.
Oh my god, you're really a star.
I'm just kidding.
I like being a cameraman. Yes.
All right, so we're right. So
Yes.
we've got 1 egg yolk in there, and I've used about just over 1 kilo of potatoes. You only need 1 egg. You don't
Okay.
need more than that, okay? And then I just start to whisk it with my hands. If you don't like the feeling, you don't have to stress about using your hands. You can use a fork. It's just that I learnt with Nonna how to make them using my hands. So now I'm used to it. I thought the filling was a bit gross at the beginning, but now I'm used to it. And now I quite like it. I like that with gnocchi, it is all about that feeling. And if you incorporate a little bit of the potato in there, that's absolutely fine as well.
You're good
So,
at
yeah,
talking,
you'll have some of
Zen.
that in there.
You're good at talking, explaining. You're much better than me.
I don't know.
I don't know
I'm very
why-
nervous, so. But hopefully everyone's. Do we have lots of friends watching?
We have people watching.
Oh, good.
We have lots of people watching, yeah.
Oh, good.
Especially Facebook. Everyone is watching Facebook
Well, I hope
or
everyone's
YouTube,
enjoying. This is
on Instagram.
my favorite gnocchi recipe by Nonna.
I'm waiting for some questions as well, guys, if you have any questions.
Yeah, of course. Tell us where you're from. Tell us how you like making your gnocchi. Do you prefer the ricotta ones? Do you like making them with spinach? Some people
That's
have
right.
made them with sweet potatoes.
True.
But I still go back every single time to the classic version. Okay,
Now, we have a comment. Beth said,
Yeah.
do you get the eggs from the fridge or room temperature?
Good question. Room temperature. So I
Room
took the egg
temperature.
out. Yeah, I took the egg out of the fridge a couple of hours ago, just so that it's at nice room temperature. It is okay if it is a little bit cold, but I just don't like getting it straight out of the fridge. So when I'm boiling my potatoes, I get an egg out of the fridge.
Good. And Rita,
Alright.
yes, only 1 egg.
Yes, only 1 egg. Only 1 egg. So now I'm going to start to incorporate some of this yummy potato. So I just squish it in. If Nonna was watching, she'd probably have a much more specific technique. Just going to move the flour over
Thank you
here.
everyone for writing comments. Thank you, Vince, for making the pizza. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, yum.
Thank you, Assunta.
What pizza do you have?
Assunta is making gnocchi tonight.
Yum.
Thank you, Guy.
All
Buon
right,
lavoro
so
dalla
you-
Calabria.
So you incorporate that in.
Yes.
See how it's all becoming yellow and it's all got a little bit of the egg on it?
Yes.
It's okay. It can be a little bit kind of messy, I guess. It's not a problem at all. Sorry. I'm also very clumsy at the moment, so you can enjoy that with me if I make any hilarious clumsy mistakes. Now, to start bringing it together, going to get some flour and literally sprinkle it all on top. Okay, so sprinkle that on top, but your egg is combined. It's not going to go anywhere. But now you've got to try and get this to a consistency whereby it's not sticky anymore. So I just add a little bit there and start bringing it together. It's going to be really sticky now, but I don't like adding too much flour. And the reason is because then they will come too hard. The more flour you use, the harder they'll likely become. The less you use, the softer. The key is to make sure that when you're combining it, it doesn't become too sticky. That's it. Everyone gets a little bit scared.
Bed roll is so relaxing to watch. You're relaxing, Suzanne.
Oh, good. Oh, well, I hope no one's falling asleep. I need everyone to stay awake and make gnocchi with me.
Oh, so cute. Phil Custode wrote, I'm watching with my daughters Felicia
Oh, hi.
and Milana. They love watching you guys.
Oh,
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Hi, gorgeous.
Thank you,
What are their
Felicia.
names?
Felicia and Milana.
Oh, beautiful names.
Sorry, I said Felicia. Sorry, Felicia.
They're beautiful names.
Beautiful name. Paul Pachocco. Oh, Anthony Pulcinella donated 50 stars
Oh my
on
gosh.
Facebook.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Anthony.
Thank you for donating 50 stars and thank you for donating on YouTube. Sorry, Suzanne.
It's okay. I'm going to show you. See under there how it's all sticky? Under here, obviously my hands are super sticky as well. See under here? Can you
Yes.
see that? So now I'm going to add obviously a lot more. But it's already started to come together. I mean, it's potato, so it's going to come together nicely. It's just that being that sticky, you know you need to add some more. So I'll add a little bit more to the top. I'm not very good with my left hand. Oh, and also this morning, just so that everybody knows, I decided to cut up some fruit and I cut my finger.
Yay! You could have cut it for me because
And I
you know.
thought to myself,
It's my
here
fault.
we go.
It's my
I'm going to do
fault.
a live today and I've cut my finger, but it's okay. It was on my left hand, so I will have to use it later, but it's clean now.
It's my
okay.
fault.
It stopped. It was only tiny.
Because I don't like to cut fruit.
Vincenzo hates cutting fruit.
So Suzanne is my fruit cutter.
So I have to cut it. I will have to use this.
Okay, Vince, the stars mean that you're supporting us. I think each star is like 10 cents.
I think so.
And you're basically donating stars. You appreciate what we do and you can support us in a way. So you can donate stars on Facebook or you can donate dollars on YouTube. Up to you. that means you support what we do. Like, you're not paying for this cooking class. If you want to support Suzanne and the baby, yeah, you can donate.
So when you're mixing it all together, you'll inevitably have some leftover stickiness and crumbs underneath as you go. So I just use like one of these pastry cutters. I scraped it all up and I'm just going to put it all back on top. Okay? I don't like any wastage with gnocchi. There's no need.
So Divita wrote a comment on Instagram. What is the right consistency for the gnocchi dough?
Okay, so that's exactly what I'm going to show you. The key to remember, at the moment, see how my hands are all sticky and yucky? Actually, I'm going to put some flour on my hands.
Maria said, put disposal gloves.
Oh, yeah, no, that's okay. Look, it wasn't a big cut and it's on my left hand. It was tiny. It was very early this morning.
So Belinda said, what's the difference between cooking potatoes in the oven or boiling?
I've never cooked the potatoes in the oven for gnocchi. I have read some recipes recently online where they roast the potatoes, and I've read that they come kind of quite a different flavor, because obviously, as you know, when you boil potatoes and when you roast them, the flavor is quite different. I'm very much I guess of the old traditional school, where I do like boiling them. Sorry, excuse me. And so I've always boiled them. You can always try. We'd love to hear actually how it turns out. I guess it's something we need to try too. Now, if you look at this, see how long that took? I'm not finished yet, but I do want to show you, because you had someone on Instagram.
Yes,
I've forgotten her name. Sorry.
Divita.
Divita. So at the moment, if you'd like to have, can you see that nice and close?
Yes.
You can see that it's quite smooth, relatively, but it's still kind of quite. You can tell that if you break it up. See how that's all kind of mushy, and it looks like potato still. It's not too sticky, but it's crumbly. So I'm going to keep putting flour in there and I'm going to
go put your flour there. Look.
Yes.
Put lots of flour.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God, Brian, Angela donated 250 stars for you.
Oh my gosh. Who was it, Angela?
Angela.
Thanks,
Angela Campbell.
Oh, thank you so much. That's lovely. We really love what we do, so we really appreciate all of the support. I know that a lot of people in isolation at the moment are getting very excited about. Sorry, I've got flour all over me already. Are getting very excited about cooking at home, which has been wonderful. I think it's been devastating what's happening in the world, but if there's any silver lining, a lot of people have definitely said they've been spending much more time with their families and lots of time in the kitchen. So that makes us really, really excited and happy.
Yes.
Because then it means that you can also hopefully carry on some of the beautiful traditions that we have from our recipes. Okay, so just sprinkle as you go. Don't ever put too much at a time. And if you've never made gnocchi before, don't try and make 3 kilos of potatoes at once, because aside from anything else, it will take you a long time to leave the kitchen. Okay?
Just start with 1 kilo, which is 35 ounces.
Yeah, exactly. Start with about that. And that's more than enough. Let me touch that. It's a little bit sticky. So I'm going to use the rest of this that I've got in here. But it comes together nicely. And what I like to do is, if you find when you cut through, but I'll show you in a minute, if you find when you cut through that it is still a little bit sticky, you're always adding a little bit of flour as you go anyway, which is the other reason not to add too much as you're kneading. Because you don't, the last thing you want is to have a whole tray made up and they're all sticking together. So you do continue to add the flour as you roll them out and cut them too.
So we have a beautiful comment, lots of beautiful comments, Suzanne. But I want to give a shout out, how do you say?
Shout out, yeah.
Shout out to my friend Joanne Borelli on YouTube.
Hi, Joanne.
She always writes the most beautiful comments, and she said, "Hi, Suzanne, you're doing a great job.
Oh, thanks,
I will
Joanne.
make this tomorrow. I have Vincenzo."
Awesome.
Ciao, Joanne. Ciao, Paul Paciocco. Timberboard, very important. Yeah, we love.
Yeah, look, it is important, but I do also use, can you see the bench?
The
I also use the kitchen bench, the granite bench. Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
That we have, and that's quite comfortable as well. Not a problem if you don't have like the wooden bench, but yeah, I mean, look, it's a little bit more, I guess.
No.
We're used to it.
And thank you to Dan Palmieri from Pittsburgh. Thank you, Dan. He donated 100
Oh,
stars
thanks, Dan. You're a legend.
on Facebook.
Dan
Thank
is
you.
always sempre presente.
So always present. Guys, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at the same time. I don't know if I say it right. Simultaneously. Is that right? So you can watch us at the same time on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, okay? We're doing this live just for you.
Okay, I'm gonna scoop that up.
So if you want the recipe, go to your descriptions on Facebook, YouTube, or you can go to Instagram, and we actually added the ingredients, the link
The original recipe.
of the recipe. It's in the description of your video. So just go there and you will find it. And I have to read one more comment from Frederick. He's in Switzerland, it's 3 a.m. and he's watching. So I will tell Scotty again to beam the gnocchi to my place as soon as you're finished.
We're always beaming these, trying to beam these over to Switzerland, aren't we? Okay, so that's it.
Thank you, Josie.
Look at that.
Thank you, Grace Bailey, for donating. Thank you, Grace.
Some of that flour. I'm sorry, I put a bit too much at the end. But see? So I'm going to cut it for you. I'm just going to wash my hands.
Show us one more
a
time,
little-
please.
Of course.
That's
See
nice. That's nice.
So now what I'll do is, this is just dry flour now. I've been scraping up the potato as I've been going. I'm just going to, I have to take 2 seconds to wash my hands, so you might want to come in and say hi to everyone. Because I've got to
Yeah, no, I'm
scrub
going to
some
read
of
some
this
comments
pastry
here.
off.
I've got a beautiful comment from Georgette. She's watching. Hello,
Hi,
Georgette.
Hi.
Great
Okay,
job,
I'm just
Suzanne.
gonna
Go wash your hands.
Okay.
I'll come back in the video. Let's do the dance. The gnocchi dance. Gnocchi, gnocchi dance. Oh, yes, the gnocchi dance. We love gnocchi, and we love the gnocchi dance. Oh, yeah. This could be a good new song for the child.
The gnocchi.
So, how much do you love gnocchi? And I want to know from all of you, what is your favorite way to eat gnocchi? I prefer tomato sauce, basil sauce from Nonna. Nothing else to compare. Suzanne, I think, prefers 4 cheeses, do you?
And I love the pesto at the
And the pesto.
With the porcini.
Yeah, so Suzanne likes the cheeses, 4 cheeses gnocchi, or pesto gnocchi. I like basil tomato sauce with lots of parmigiano. What do you guys like to serve your gnocchi with? This is the time to tell us. Suzanne is almost back. The gnocchi dance. The gnocchi dance. Here, Suzanne, you're back.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay, so I washed my hands, so they're all clean now.
That was a commercial.
There was the gnocchi dance commercial.
Yeah.
So they're clean now, and what I'm going to do is, or just like making any other, well, no, actually different to making other pasta dough, you don't actually need to let the dough rest. You can make the gnocchi straight away, but you do need to grab a bowl to cover your dough as you go, because it will dry out just like any other pasta dough. Okay, so just put that to the side. See how that's not sticky at all now? Because we have the question about the consistency, so I just want to show.
Sorry, let me get there. I was reading the comments.
That's
Everyone is
okay.
going for tomato basil. Some people are saying they want a matriciana sauce, pesto,
Oh, matriciana sauce. sounds
cheese, Napoletana sauce, ragu. Lots of different
that.
options. Yeah, that looks good.
nice. Okay, so that's what the consistency is like. It's lovely. It's lovely and smooth. It's quite soft, but it's not sticky at all. Okay, it's not sticky.
Okay.
Okay, so we put that there. Put that there. Oh, and then I'm going to quickly clean the edge of this. Just to
That's
get all
good.
the
That's good to
potato.
have that.
Yeah, these are great. But Nonna uses just a knife.
Normal knife,
It's
yeah.
fine. Yeah, this just makes it easier for me. All right, now all you have to do is cut a piece off, and let's have a look at the inside and see if I did a good job. What do we think? Not bad?
Not bad. A round of applause. Let me give you a round of
I
applause.
think they turned out pretty good.
Round of applause. Ready?
Now, what you will see is that it is still a little bit sticky in there. Nothing comes onto my finger, but it's still sticky. So, always, always, always put flour on your board. Cover that up.
Well, cover because otherwise it dries up. And
Yeah, exactly.
for this job you've done,
Yeah,
nothing.
that's right. Because it will, of course, it's you're still you've made that fresh potato, so it will inevitably dry up. Just gonna put a little bit of flour on here for later.
Sorry guys, my camera. Oh, you're the best. Thank you, Mark Liberato. Lots
So-
of comments, and lots of people have to say they prefer the red sauce, basil sauce.
Oh yeah.
But people like sage and butter,
Oh, the sage and butter is a good
spicy red sauce.
one. Yum.
There are lots of different options here, I have to say.
All right. So you make sure that you've got enough flour on your piece of gnocchi, and then you start to roll it out. Okay.
Hey, Olga, watching on YouTube from
Hi,
South
Olga.
Africa. Ciao,
Hi.
Olga.
Ciao. Ciao. Olga was
Trevor was, yeah.
due to join us on our tour this year in Abruzzo, which unfortunately we have obviously had to cancel due to the virus, but we are very excited to hopefully do that next year, or when all is well again in the world.
Yes. It's been very sad, you know,
been
to
horrible.
cancel and we
Yeah,
can't
but-
go. We'll postpone, not cancel.
Yeah, that's
we
right.
can't go to Italy this year. We can't bring the baby to
yeah,
Italy.
We're really
That's the sad
because
part.
we don't know when Vincenzo's family can meet Bub, so
Oh.
that's a little bit.
Sorry, I missed that you're doing that. Let's go
Of
back to the
course.
recipe, sorry.
Okay, so you take the piece, dust it with flour, make sure your board is nicely dusted, and you roll it out. It's very easy.
Mark, Suzanne is from Calabria, she's Australian, third generation from Calabrese, and I'm from Abruzzo. Okay, so one second, let me put the camera right, and let's go into the action now. Let's go into details. This is
Just
very
gonna move
important.
this over for myself. All right. So this is it. So there are different ways of cutting up your gnocchi, and there are different ways from different, I guess, regions and parts of Italy. Nonna has taught me to make what we call surgit, which apparently mean little mice, which is very funny. So what you do is you hold your knife or your pastry cutter very much on an angle, and I don't make them too big. I like them to look like little pillows, and so I cut them just like this. Okay. So on an angle, and you cut it through. Whoops.
Yeah.
And then that's it. I made those a little bit big. I normally make
Yeah,
them a bit
yeah.
smaller. And you put them on your tray. So you get a tray, pop some baking paper on top, and then if you need to, you can sprinkle with a little bit of extra flour. You probably at this stage don't really need any extra, and you basically keep going.
Okay, so Blue Tower asked if they can freeze the dough for later. Probably.
The dough without cutting, without
Probably not the right
making
thing to do,
gnocchi,
probably. Mm.
It's hard because it's very freezing potatoes that are made like that, like an impasto like that, will probably be quite hard.
It won't give you the right consistency.
Because what will happen is when you take it out and it thaws out, it's inevitably going to have a bit of water, and so that's going to make it a bit tricky. But did you show everyone? I've got some.
Yeah, let's
that
show.
we made.
Suzanne actually made gnocchi.
Are they top
It's
or
on the
bottom?
bottom one. Sorry, bottom one. She made gnocchi,
I made gnocchi
and we froze it.
and I froze them just like this.
See?
So what you do is, once they're frozen, you just pop them into a Ziploc bag. So
That's
they're-
right.
Oh, sorry. I mean, you can do that or you can just make them. Now
Yeah.
these are ready to be made.
That's right.
And the only reason they'll take that little bit, see, they don't really stick. They don't
No,
stick together.
no, they
you just
don't.
break them apart.
All right, let's make more.
Yeah.
Show us how to make the snakes now, the little
All
snakes.
right.
So Frederick said, can you do gnocchi dough with spinach? I think it should be okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely you can, yes.
You can. Again, it's not something I've done yet, because I still want to say that I'm sort of trying to master my gnocchi. But I definitely will start to experiment with more vegetables.
All right, so you get a piece
So you
there.
get a piece and see how it's a bit sticky.
Yes.
Grab some flour, sprinkle it on top, bottom, make sure it's on your board. I'd like to roll it a little bit like that first. It helps me roll it out a bit more evenly on the board. And then using just this part of your hands, you then roll out the gnocchi. Oh, it's very quiet all of a sudden.
Oh, sorry, I'm so
okay.
relaxing. So relaxing. I was
That's
just
okay,
enjoying
that's what
watching
happens.
it, yeah.
So you roll out the snake, not too thin. You can do it in different areas. If you've got a really long piece, that's okay. That's how I do it. And then you roll it, I kind of roll that bit on the end and you cut it through. And that's it.
So like the size of your finger, I would say.
Yeah.
Just use the size of your finger, yeah. I mean, I've got big fingers, so you can't measure
Look,
with
you
my
can
finger.
make them a little bit thicker. There's nothing wrong with that. You can also make this is double. That's your finger.
It is.
That's a fat gnocchi.
Yeah.
But you can make it like that. You can. There's no reason you can't. Now, there is something I'd like to share that I guess it makes it tricky if you get to this point and feel like you didn't cut the potatoes right. But if you find that when you've cut the potato, you've gotten to this point and you're cutting the pieces up, that in your impasto you have little pieces of potato, it means you didn't cook the potato enough. Okay? So that's the trick that I learned the hard way. And I picked out all of the uncooked pieces one time I made it. But I did need to use extra flour and they came a bit harder. So try your very best to keep an eye on the potatoes. Let them boil for a little bit. and then go and check on them every 5 to 10 minutes to make sure that you're really happy with the consistency, because it does affect the texture of the gnocchi. That's probably the most important part of cooking gnocchi. Okay?
So Mark,
And it took me a while to learn that
Mark,
part.
I'm from Abruzzo, from Pescara. My nonna is from province of Teramo, from the Gran Sasso d'Italia mountains. And this recipe that Suzanne is doing, it's originally from the province of Teramo, from Abruzzo and the province of Teramo, the mountains of Teramo.
Exactly.
And Assunta said, what part of Calabria are you from? From Gioia Marina. Suzanne is from Gioia Marina and Ardore.
Yeah,
Originally.
and exactly.
All right, let's go down now.
You want to come down?
Different angles, Suzanne.
Oh,
On the camera,
very fancy, Vincenzo. I'll do it this way. Sorry, I should have probably done it that way.
Yeah. Let me come there.
So yeah, if we've got anyone from provincia di Teramo, questi sono I surgit. But I've made them a little bit longer. I normally make them quite small. I'm not sure what's happened today. I normally make them about that size. And I do make them quite even, but
Nice.
with the pressure of being live, they're not quite
Nice
as
they are.
even.
Okay,
And
nice
then all
they
you
are.
do is just spread them out a little bit on your tray. Okay?
So nice.
But don't be nervous, they won't stick together. If you think they're going to, add a little bit of extra flour, separate them a tiny bit, and they'll be fine. So make another one, and then we can test Vincenzo maybe, hey?
Oh, no, I'm not the person who can do gnocchi.
Yeah, no, that's all right. You made me go live.
Hey, Franca's from Teramo too. These are
Franca.
gnocchi from Teramo,
Exactly.
region of Abruzzo. And they look like a little pillow. See, we don't use
Yeah.
forks, we don't use anything. And trust me,
No, we don't.
it does absorb the
But
sauce. Okay?
admittedly, most of the Calabrian recipes, there's not a lot of fresh pasta dough made in Calabria, but gnocchi is probably one of the pastas that is made more frequently, and they do put the fork sort of mark in it.
Yes, but many parts of Italy do that.
Yeah,
Many
no,
gnocchi
I just
recipes
mean
have the
like,
fork.
I guess from my family, Mum
You-
used to, but she doesn't really do it anymore. She
Because
sits nice
she
pillows.
watch Nonna now.
Yeah,
I want to see how you cut it again. Okay, let me be ready
how we
here.
cut the gnocchi.
I want to see how you cut the gnocchi again. Yeah.
All right,
Let me go down here.
Let me cut this
Oh,
in
you can see my
half.
finger. I want to see because it's so beautiful that moment.
Yeah, and you can line them all up and cut them together, so you obviously get through your impasto a little bit quicker.
Yes.
And that's fine. But yeah, I can show you. I can grab a knife and show you with a knife too. And see how it's kind of nice and smooth here? See how
Yeah.
it's kind of, that's what you want. That's the consistency that you want in there.
Mm-hmm.
Not sticky at all. Okay? But a little bit sticky, like I said, on the inside there.
Oh, Caroline was born in.
See, that's
Dad was
not
born
really
in
nice.
Penne. Lisa Citelli
Oh, wow.
said she learned from her mother-in-law, from a Sergi. Brava.
Yeah,
This is
beautiful,
a Sergi
yeah.
style. Hello from Pittsburgh. Hello, Mark. Oh, Rita said you're a great teacher. Explaining all steps. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. I want to know from you guys, how do you like your gnocchi served? Tomato sauce, cheese, pesto. Oh, let me show you. Show me this.
I'll do that.
This is nice.
I've done that one a little bit thicker, sorry. Hang on.
Ready,
Okay,
guys?
ready?
She's cutting them now.
Ready?
Yeah. Nice.
That's it.
Oh, Beth is asking a good question.
Yeah.
If she can buy any brand of anduja she recommends, but I don't know.
brand of?
Anduja.
Oh,
I know it's off top, but yeah. Look, in USA, I have
That's
no
a tricky
idea,
one.
Beth. Even here, we actually buy it from a friend. He makes it homemade.
Well, yeah, that's
Not a
different.
brand. Yeah,
But I
it's not
think-
really popular, I have to say. It's, in a commercial way, it's not popular yet. So
But if
not
you-
many brands do it.
But there are some sites. I mean, even if maybe, dare I say, if you go onto Amazon, there are some sites that are selling it that would sell products like that. Like, you know how they sell all the gourmet?
Yeah. Oh, honestly, we
Whoops,
haven't
sorry.
tried it, so we can't
That's
recommend.
way too much flour.
Don't worry about Anduja. You focus on the gnocchi.
Sorry. And that's it, guys. So I guess in terms of other tricks for cooking them, if you have your sauce ready, or say for example, what time is it here? It's 11 o'clock here. Say for example, I wanted to cook these at 1 o'clock today. I would leave them out of the fridge or freezer. I wouldn't put them anywhere, as long as they're in a relatively nice temperature room. So normal room temperature is fine. If it's very hot inside your place, you're better off putting them in the freezer. I actually don't like leaving them in the fridge. If you imagine cooking a potato, popping it in the fridge just boiled, over time it will start to brown a little bit. So for safety, pop it in the freezer. If you're cooking it in a couple of hours and you've got a nice temperature in your house or your kitchen, leave them out of the fridge. They will be more than safe. Cook up your sauce. Boil your big pot of water, just like you would any other pasta. Add your rock salt and pop them in. They only take a couple of minutes to cook. They're very, very quick to cook. As soon as they rise up to the top, you get them out and you put them into strain them and put them into your sauce and they're ready to go.
Nice.
Super duper easy.
Divita, who's watching on live now on Instagram, she
Yes.
wants to know, how do you keep the shape when cooking? The shape is not going to change.
The shape doesn't
You basically cook it until the gnocchi come up
Yes.
to the surface, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
So you basically boil the gnocchi in the boiling water, add salt, and when all your gnocchi come up to the surface, they're ready to go.
Ready.
They're ready, so you don't have to count how many minutes. You don't know how many minutes. When they start coming up, you collect them with a strainer
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
and strainer. What's happening now?
If they change shape, it probably means that the potatoes have been overcooked a little bit, and that because you know how sometimes
Some molla, they become soft.
That's what that means.
Yeah,
but if you cook a little, what you can do is cook a little batch, test
That's
them,
right,
see
that's
how
right.
they've come.
That's
If
right.
you're finding they're like that, just put a little bit of extra flour. But that's always why I stay with gnocchi, and it's because it's the process that I've learned.
That's right.
Cook with try it with just a couple of potatoes first and see how they turn out. Try and get that texture right. It didn't take me the first time. I've had some funny gnocchi experiences in the kitchen, failing. And that's just kind of the way that it goes with cooking, right? But
It's
now
nice,
I'm
yeah.
really happy with how they come. As I said, my shapes are normally very consistent, but I'm under pressure online. So I feel like
It is difficult to be under pressure
I
online.
feel like I've made them all different shapes and I never do that. So anyway, they're still going to be nice. I'm very happy with the texture and the consistency, so that's good. And that's it. Any other
Do a little bit more.
questions?
Yeah,
take
I'll
some more.
read questions
I'd like
now.
you to do some because that would be fun.
Okay.
So you can do
Okay.
these
Pressure is
guys.
on. Okay. I come and do them and
You want to come
see
around?
how we go. Well, I can't. I have to record.
Oh, excuses.
Well, if I record, I can't do it.
I'll come around. I'll
People
leave
want to
those-
see you now. Do you guys want me to make some gnocchi?
Yes.
What if Suzanne tells me off? Do you
Of
guys want me to
course.
make
now
some?
we have to compare.
Okay, I go and make some.
Well, you have to show me that my teaching has worked.
Okay. Oh, Byron said on YouTube, you look more beautiful than ever, Suzanne.
Oh, thanks, Byron.
All right, so I make the gnocchi, Suzanne. Guys, do you want me to see? Okay, you want me to make gnocchi?
Okay, you can cut these first.
Well, I guess you've done the job.
So I've done the job, and then you can do these
I'll
two.
go and wash my hands. You cut that so people can see.
Okay. I was giving you the easy part to start with. Okay, so then we cut them up. You don't have to put it on an angle. You can do them this way. You can do them a little bit fatter. You can fatter, a little bit thicker, and that's okay as well. But this is the way Nonna has taught me, so that's the way I like making them. Okay,
Oh, nice.
that's it.
Okay, Suzanne,
All right.
let me do it. I wash my
All
hands.
right. I'm gonna quickly wash mine.
And now let's see if I can make gnocchi. I'm not an expert on gnocchi, so I will never tell you I am. Suzanne is the queen. So here is the dough. So I go with the palm of my hand, the palm here.
Well, Nonna uses the palm. I actually use my fingers up
It's
here.
just
I find
easier.
it easier.
So a combination of palm and finger.
Suzanne, I missed the start. How long did you cook the potatoes for, Maria? Hi, Maria. So what you have to do is it actually is really highly dependent on how big your potatoes are. So you cook them until they're lovely and tender. Grab a fork, pop it through the potato. If it's hard, when you put it through hard, as in not quite tender enough, keep cooking them for another few minutes until you're happy with the softness. Don't cook them too soft to the point where the water starts to become white, because that will be then overcooked.
Now, I've made this. I'm gonna cut it enough, so I'm gonna cut it double. Can I cut it now? Can I show you?
You can show us now.
Right,
Let's
you
see if
guys
you do a
ready?
good job or not.
Ready? And here we go.
They're
Man,
huge.
big. I'm big. Look, I mean gnocchi. They are big.
The good thing though about them,
Look.
I'll show you, is if you look at, see how this is quite big. Can you see that one? And you can see these little ones that are here. Let me put them next to each other. See these two? The good thing when you cook them is because they're the same thickness that we've cut them, even though the width of each one is a little bit different, as they rise, they're cooked. So the larger ones will inevitably take 15, 20 seconds longer. Right? So
yeah.
So you don't have to be worried about them cooking inconsistently.
Well, yeah, when they come up to the surface, it's ready. So you
That's
only
right.
collect the gnocchi that come up to the surface. Can you show the strainer we use, Suzanne? I think it's there.
Which one?
Or just anything. Like use a bigger version of this, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Just use a bigger version of this. That's what you need. It helps so much. Don't use tongs or spoons because it collects too much water. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just collect the gnocchi with this, and then you put them in the sauce. Always mix your gnocchi with the sauce because you always need to combine the pasta with the sauce, guys. It is a must because you need to combine the ingredients. You need to give flavor to your pasta. It doesn't happen if you do it in the plate.
So
You need to do it before. You need to create that emulsion.
if you say so. So Carolyn has asked, I make them, but I make them like you're making them, but can you use semolina flour? You absolutely can. Nonna actually showed me the last time we were in Italy how she sometimes uses it with the semolina flour. However, she still uses she still combines it with normal flour. So she uses plain flour or the 00, and she also adds the semolina. She sprinkles the semolina on top as well to make sure that they don't come sticky. Now, the trick with semolina is that it is actually better to use it when your potatoes are overcooked because it's a harder type to use to mix back with. So that's kind of neat and handy.
Very nice doses, eh? Now that I touch it, very nice.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? But see how it is that little bit sticky on the outside there? Yeah, but it's not much. See how you put a tiny bit of flour? That's enough of the flour, see?
Yeah.
And it comes nice and soft.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think it's sticky just because it's in the inside part.
Yeah, well, it's potato, yeah. So it's because I don't over add the flour. That's how it's inevitably going to come. And that's what gives it that pillowy softness when you put it in your mouth?
Yes.
That's why it stays like that. If you add the extra flour, it's hard. It will come harder. Oh, what else can you use if you don't have the masher that you have for potatoes? So do you have one of these ones? Do you have one of these? If you don't have one of those, we went away for a weekend one point and I was craving gnocchi. Well, I wasn't pregnant yet, but I was craving them. And I used a fork. I actually just mashed them down with a fork. It took a little bit longer, but they still came lovely. You just have to go over it a couple of times so it doesn't come clumpy. Otherwise, one of those is perfect. Ooh, gnocchi carbonara. Yum,
Oh my
Michael.
God. Wow,
now maybe I am having a lot of these
That's
gnocchi for lunch.
interesting.
Oh, Lisa Chitelli sent 100 stars. Thank you so much,
Thank you for
Liz.
donating.
Thank you.
Susan, I think you're better than me at doing this.
No,
Come back.
yours came lovely.
Yeah, lovely. I don't know. They're not great.
No, they came great.
I want you to make it. Come back.
You want me to come back?
Yes, we want to.
Well, but it's nice if we're in there together. I mean, look, and you know what?
Let's make it together.
I'll admit to you that normally these take me a lot longer to make. I feel like I've made them quite fast today. That's all the dough that's left.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
see. Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
That's all right. Just squish it.
Just squish it. So
Yeah.
what happened is there was a gap in the inside the dough here. Can happen.
Yeah, but
So
you can just
I
cut that too if you
I
want.
just do that, right?
Yeah, and add not too much. Don't
Not too
over.
much. Too much little flour. I have
Do
big
you want
hands.
me to fix it? Is that okay, or is it breaking?
No, that's
Okay,
good.
Good.
Sometimes I do good things.
Okay, and that's it. We've gone very quiet. Are you concentrating, Mr.
I am
Vincenzo's
concentrating.
plate?
I want to impress everyone.
So I used potatoes, like I said, that they're not very big today, because I just thought we'll just make a lovely batch and then we can give them to some neighbours and put some in the freezer, have some for lunch, and there'll be plenty. So do you want to maybe show the portion? Because that's a nice portion for a couple of people already there. This would probably serve...
Easily 10 to 12 people.
How many?
No? More. No, maybe not.
Okay, I eat a lot of gnocchi when I eat gnocchi, so
if you tell me that this is going to feed 12 people, then
Okay, so far this can do what? 3-4 people?
you can do that. You can do a couple of people, yeah.
3-4 of Suzanne?
If it's me, maybe 1.5 of me.
You're also feeding the baby.
Because, no, I just love
Look at
gnocchi
that.
all the time. Nonna even knows that I overeat them.
So is
And-
gnocchi officially your favorite pasta?
Oh, gnocchi is definitely my... So gnocchi have always been my favourite pasta. But when I ate Nonna's, I thought was absolutely in heaven. Like, just, I couldn't get over how good they were. And I said to her, one day I'm going to try my best and make them just as good as yours, or I'd love to learn. And every year when we go back, that's my favourite thing to cook with Nonna.
Nice.
Spread them around.
What is your favorite pasta, guys? What is it?
Yeah,
Your
what's your
favourite-
favourite pasta?
Yeah.
Favourite pasta shape?
Pasta shape, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know which one is mine.
No? I think you love pappardelle.
I love pappardelle.
Yeah.
I love pappardelle.
And you've always loved Nonna's chitarra. I love Nonna's
Well,
chitarra.
Nonna's chitarra, the real chitarra. See, there are people now. Chitarra
Can I
is
keep
a
going
keep
while you
going.
talk?
Chitarra is a spaghetti, thick spaghetti from Abruzzo called pasta alla chitarra, done with a machine, let's call it.
Like a utensil,
A utensil. It's called like guitar strings. And pasta alla chitarra is basically spaghetti, thicker version of spaghetti. I see lots of people calling pasta chitarra online, but they look like fettuccine, tagliatelle, or
Yeah, that's not
linguine.
what
That's
they are.
wrong. Okay, so even if you see this stuff in the shop, don't buy it because it's wrong. So spaghetti alla chitarra, they're actually spaghetti, but thicker and more square. And when it's homemade, the only way, homemade, oh, it's just beautiful. Okay, only a couple of brands do it, like brands from Abruzzo, but only a few really know how to do it. So you can buy spaghetti chitarra when dry, not fresh, dry, or just make it yourself. I've got the recipe on vincenzosplate.com.
But when you see it, it's more of a, I guess, a rectangular type of pasta.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what it is. So and the chitarra, the utensils really neat, actually. We need to get one when we go back to Abruzzo. I would love to have one at home. They're very hard to use though, but they give me a good arm workout.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Barb Hall, gnocchi. Thank you, Barb. It's been fun. It's been lots of fun. I'm really enjoying this, Suzanne. Cooking with our friends, cooking together. What more can you ask for, Suzanne?
Exactly.
How lucky are we to be able to do this now, live, together, online?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I hope that some people have been inspired to make gnocchi. I know a lot of people are scared to make gnocchi. I know I was really scared to do it by myself the first couple of times when I wasn't confident and I hadn't done it before. But you know what? There's no harm in trying. It's just like baking a cake or making any other type of pasta. You've got to try. I'm glad that I've been able to get to a point where I'm pretty happy with the consistency. We're always critical on ourselves, but Vincenzo said he's happy with how I've made them, so that made me really happy as well.
So Phyllis, yeah, you can use a fork if you want. Cavatelli. I'm gonna share the cavatelli recipe in less than 2 weeks. I made a video how to make cavatelli, and you are going to love it, guys. Oh yeah, you're going to love it.
Oh, I need another tray.
Oh, okay. You're going to love the cavatelli recipe. I made it for you, and I will release it soon. On Sunday, we are releasing Maria, my mother-in-law
Oh
Maria,
my gosh.
eggplant pasta from Calabria.
Okay,
So please stay tuned. I'm releasing it when it's midnight on Sunday night in Sydney, Australia, which will be Sunday morning in USA, Sunday afternoon
So
in
here's
Europe.
the reality. Even though I love gnocchi, and they're definitely my favorite type of pasta, one of my favorite types of pasta that my mum makes that is the pasta that we're sharing with you on Sunday. It's made with eggplant and a beautiful red sauce. It is absolute heaven. And one of the best things about the sauce is that you can also use it for to make as a topping for bruschetta, which is delicious.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. It's so good. So the more you make, the better. If you've got eggplants, if they're in season where you are, grab some and please make this recipe because it's just beautiful.
Thank you to Phil Custode on Facebook for donating. Thank you so much for donating 50 stars. Thank you for making gnocchi class for Felicia and Milana. It's a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you, our friends on Facebook.
Girls,
Andrea Tranchero, grande chef, he likes linguine.
Oh, ciao Andrea! Ho fatto bene I gnocchi.
And Ashley said gnocchi is the best. Also, I want to say thanks to a friend, Saturn's Ring, on YouTube, who just donated $4. Thank you
Oh,
for
wow.
donating.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
And also thanks to Beth, who likes bucatini.
Yum.
And Joanne Borelli on YouTube said, "I love you guys. You're so cute together. Can't wait for your bundle of joy.
Oh, we can't either.
We're all
Thank
having
you so
gnocchi.
much.
Can't wait to make gnocchi for the
Gnocchi
baby."
for everyone.
Olga said, "Yum."
Yum, yum, yum.
And one friend asked, Penina asked if it takes 1 hour to make it. Look, we're doing a video. It's taking about 1 hour, but if you
Depends how many
concentrate
potatoes you make.
and you don't present, you just concentrate, it will take you less than 1 hour.
It depends how many potatoes you make. So if I'm not sure if you joined us at the beginning, but you do have to boil the potatoes, which can take a little bit of time to get them to the right consistency. Then you have to mash them through. And I like to let them cool down. Now, I don't let them cool down until the potato is extremely cold.
Yes.
I let it cool down until it's just cooled, and it can still be at a nice kind of room temperature. It doesn't have to be like freezing or anything. Don't go and put them in the fridge to quicken the process. If you mash all the potatoes and put them on a board or put them on a kitchen bench, spread them out, and they'll cool down quicker. It honestly is within 5 to 10 minutes they cool down.
Responding to Anthony Pulcinella, more episodes of Abruzzo Unexplored. We will make more episodes of Abruzzo Italian Explored when we go back to Italy. So we have to wait. But if you want to learn more about Abruzzo, my region, go to YouTube or Facebook and search for Italy Unexplored. We have 6 episodes of a TV show that we created, Suzanne and I, and we actually won an award in Los Angeles as Best Travel Show of the Year. So hopefully you enjoy it.
So that's it, everyone.
So Beth asked, do you cook the potatoes whole with the skin or peel?
Oh, okay. So I peel the potatoes, and I actually cut them in half. So I'll show you the size of the potatoes I used
Please
today,
do.
just to understand how they came out like that. They're small. Okay, they're quite small. A couple of them were a little bit bigger than this, so they maybe kind of double the size, I guess. But I only made 5. So I peel them, and I actually cut them in half to cook them a little bit quicker. I
Right.
put them in a small pot. Where's my pot?
Behind you?
The little one, yeah. Because it was only a small batch, I put them in the small pot so they cook quicker with cold water at a medium to high, not too high, because if you cook it at a too high a temperature, they will overcook on the outside and they will be hard on the inside, and that's what you don't want. That's when you start to roll out the dough, you'll have all those little funny bits in there that are hard, and you don't want those. Okay.
And one more question I want to answer is, when is the next live video? When is the next live? Can you please tell everyone?
When is the next live? Vincenzo, is it Tuesday?
Every Tuesday and Thursday,
Okay.
Australia time. So explain
So
everyone.
we'll decide what recipes to do in the next couple of days, and Vincenzo will post some links on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and it'll be on Tuesday at 10:30 Australian time, which is I can't remember.
Well,
what
it's the same
that is.
time we started
The
today.
same time we started today. So
But we are in
an
Sydney,
hour,
so
we're in
everywhere
Sydney.
else you guys are watching from overseas will be the day before.
Exactly.
Will be
Yeah.
Monday or Wednesday night.
So please make your gnocchi, share them with us so that I can see that you enjoyed today's, I guess, episode or stream. And yeah, we've got lots of gnocchi now.
Oh my
so
God.
My belly will be very
I
happy.
have to read 3 more comments. We got
Okay.
Frederick from Switzerland, who just shared on Facebook the playlist of Italian Explored, so you can watch
thanks,
it.
Frederick. You're
Massive thank you to Frederick. It's 3:30 in the morning in Switzerland,
Oh
and
my
he's
gosh.
watching. He's with us. Please, all together, let's say thanks to Frederick. Thank you,
Thanks,
Frederick. And also on YouTube, I want to read a beautiful comment from Blanchette TV. Vincenzo stopping by to say hello. Adore you both, and so excited for your baby.
Oh, thank you.
Will you
so
do
much.
any more trips to Italy in the future?
Of
Wish you the
course.
best.
Absolutely, we will. Once restrictions are
Blanche,
lifted.
sorry,
and
Blanche. I forgot.
Once-
Didn't pronounce right. Sorry.
Once restrictions are lifted and it's safe for us to travel, we'll obviously have Bub as well, and Bub won't have too much of an immune system at the beginning. So we will wait until it's super safe, and we'll be able to go. Hopefully, Vincenzo's family can come here and visit us too, though, because that's
Yes.
really nice. But yeah, definitely, our tours will be up and running again. Once the restrictions are lifted, everyone feels safe and comfortable to travel again. That's a huge part of our business that we absolutely love. That is an extension of our family. You know, we get to have new family members every year. So we'll definitely be back in Italy. And of
That's
course
for you, Bianca. So we can call Bianca.
And
so,
Nonna
guys, for
needs to
you,
meet Bub as well.
of course.
So of course we'll be in Italy.
So for you guys on YouTube, Bianca TV, Blanchet TV. I don't know if I do it right.
Blanche.
Yeah, I'm not good. I'm not good at
BLANCHE.
pronunciation. You know, I can't even say paella. Yesterday, all my friends were saying, "You don't say paella, it's paella."
Paella.
But yeah, please follow my friend. She's got beautiful Middle Eastern, Palestinian recipes. And also, Beth on YouTube asked, "Do you put salt in the gnocchi in the pasta water?" Yes.
Yes.
You need to put
not
salt.
Not in the dough, but in the pasta water.
In the pasta water,
just like
yeah.
any other pasta dish that you would cook.
That's right.
I do put the salt in, and I use a rock salt. As soon as the water boils, pop the rock salt in, dissolve that, and you can get your gnocchi in there as well.
So all the recipes are on vincenzosplate.com. Go there right now and let's make it. On Sunday we're sharing Suzanne's mom famous calabrese pasta.
It's a good one.
Eggplant pasta, the best eggplant pasta in your life. And I think even better than the Sicilian pasta alla norma. But hey, you
Actually,
decide.
that's a good point. It's very different to
Very
pasta alla norma because it's not crispy fried
No.
eggplant.
Now, next week we're doing 2 more live videos, same time Tuesday and Thursday, Australian time. And then next week I'm launching a new video which is ciabatta bread. You are going to love it.
Oh, yeah, that's
Easy
good.
ciabatta bread, no need. So let's say thank you to everyone. Let's
Thanks
do
for
dance.
watching, everyone.
Gnocchi dance, gnocchi dance.
Thanks, everyone. I'll say goodbye and I'll come and
Say
I'll come
goodbye,
and
baby. Say goodbye to everyone.
Bye, baby.
Bye, baby. Bye. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
And see you very, very soon on Sunday night, Sydney time, midnight of Sydney. We're launching the calabrese pasta recipe. It will be Sunday morning in Europe and Sunday morning in USA. So, see you in the next video. Thank you. Gnocchi time, gnocchi time, gnocchi, gnocchi, gnocchi.
She said,
time.
"You can call me Bianca if it's easier."
Gnocchi time, gnocchi,
Blanche
gnocchi.
Media.
Blanche, I don't
Ciao,
know.
Instagram.
I'm very bad with my English. One day I will learn. Gnocchi time, shukran. Gnocchi time, and gnocchi time. The new song for the baby. Gnocchi time. It's gnocchi time, it's gnocchi time, gnocchi time.
Oh my gosh, mate.
Gnocchi time.
There we go.
Thank you for
Thank
watching,
you. It was
everyone.
wonderful, Francesca. Thanks, Francesca. I was very nervous. Ciao, YouTube.
Ciao guys, and thank you so much. And I feel like I have a baby in here. Can't wait to have the gnocchi for lunch today. I'm gonna go for the sauce, Suzanne.